Hello again, my friend. I hope this day has been kind so far. Sit with me for a while. We can let the noise fade and let the useful things stay. What helps an older soul stay whole when living alone? Have you noticed how quiet can heal you on some days and hollow you on others? There are 4 essentials I believe will not waste your time. 1. A steady daily routine. When the house empties, time changes its shape. Without visitors or appointments, the morning can slide into noon, and noon can wander toward dusk without raising its hand. A light routine will not make life busy. It will make life steady. Choose a wake time you can keep. Wash and dress even when no one will see you. Eat a real breakfast that asks you to sit down. Step outside for a few minutes and let the sky mark the hour. Decide when evening begins and honor it with lamps and a cup that belongs to night. I knew a widower who said the calendar lost its teeth after his wife passed. He began with 2 small promises: make the bed, open the curtains. One morning led to another. He added a walk to the mailbox, then a pot of tea at 4. It was not dramatic, it was dependable. He said the fog lifted because the day had edges again. Think of routine like a shoreline. The sea will move as it pleases, but a clear shore lets you know where you stand. The waves can be loud, the sand holds. That is what rhythm does for an older heart. It gives your mind and body something to lean on when the room is quiet. Keep your anchors humble. Let them repeat. Peace likes repetition. In the end, a steady routine is a promise you make to your future self. I will meet you in the morning. I will hold your hand at night. 2. Gentle movement for a stronger body and clearer mind. Stillness is patient. It offers you one chair, then another, and soon the floor feels farther away than it used to. Strength leaves quietly, and it asks for only one thing to return: motion. You do not need a gym, you need a habit. Walk to the end of the street and back. Stand and sit from your favorite chair 10 times and give your legs a small applause. Lift your arms while the kettle warms, and let your shoulders remember that they are hinges for wings. There was a woman who had stopped walking beyond her mailbox. The first week she touched the fence and turned back. The second week she waved at the oak tree on the corner. A month later, the dog on Maple Lane began to expect her hello. She told me she felt less cloudy and more proud. The world had not grown larger, yet her courage had. Movement is a kind letter to your whole self. Muscles awaken, joints remember the old dance. Sleep gains a deep breath. Worry loosens its grip because the body has taken a vote and chosen life again. Think of motion like oil in a lamp. Just a little each day keeps the flame honest. Skip many days and the light sputters. You move so that tomorrow can greet you without apology. You move because you are still here, and that simple fact deserves respect. 3. Meaningful connection in small, steady doses. Living alone does not mean living untouched. You do not need a banquet table. You need 1 or 2 chairs that know your name, a weekly call with a friend, a neighbor who receives your note on their door and returns it with a smile, the cashier who sees you often enough to ask a real question. These threads look small. They are stronger than they look. An older man left a simple note for the couple next door when they traveled. I can bring in your mail if you like. That led to a thank you, then to coffee on Saturdays, then to laughter about small things that did not feel small at all. His week started to expect that coffee. So did his heart. Connection does not always come with trumpets. It often arrives like sunlight through a thin curtain. You notice the room is warmer and you cannot find the moment when it happened. Think of connection as stitching. 1 stitch will not hold a quilt, but many in a line make a cover you can sleep under. You do not owe the world your whole story. Share enough that your spirit remembers it is not a closed room. When you reach out, even briefly, you tell your nervous system a beautiful truth: I belong somewhere. On the quiet days, that sentence can carry you far. If words like these find you, you will know where to stay. There is a seat here for you whenever you need to rest. 4. A personal purpose that gives you a reason to get up. There is a danger that does not shout. It is the feeling that you are no longer needed. Work may have ended. Children have their own tables. The phone rings for appointments more than it rings for plans. Purpose can seem like a door that closed when you were not looking. The truth is kinder. Purpose changes shape. It does not retire. It waits for a new job description. Give it one. Let a small task claim your morning. Keep a journal for 10 minutes. Copy a poem by hand and notice how your handwriting has its own weather. Grow tomatoes in a box by the steps and greet them like neighbors. Call one person each day to ask how their weather is. Record your story so your family will inherit more than the dishes. Your time is a field. Plant a row. The harvest will be quiet and real. I knew a man who found an old typewriter in his garage. He cleaned it and began to write the short chapters of his life. The day he met his wife, the night the power failed and the stars came close, the smell of the pier when his ship returned. He did not write for an audience. He wrote to open a window in a room that had grown stale. He said the house felt less empty because the past had become company. Purpose is like a lantern you hang by your own door. It does not blind you. It makes the next step visible. It tells your lungs to keep their agreement with the morning. It gives the day edges and gives your spirit a job. The outcome can be simple. The meaning will not be. When you wake with a reason, even a small one, you do not drift. You arrive. Closing thoughts. Living alone in later years asks for a different kind of strength. Not the strength that lifts heavy things. The strength that repeats small good choices, routine, movement, connection, purpose. None of these require applause. All of them grow peace. Try one for a week. Add another when you feel ready. Trust that quiet work changes the room. If you find comfort in these reflections, you already know where the longer path begins. If words like these find you, you will know where to stay. Let us gather the meaning we can and leave the rest by the door. May your mornings have a shape that suits you. May your legs be asked to help. May your name be spoken kindly. May your purpose wake before your alarm. Let us stay in touch through quiet stories.